Look, we're getting a Spider-Woman movie probably in 2021. According to Grizz Randolph, she said we are. And I don't know who that is, but here's a picture of her with a hand behind her head, so I trust her. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not caught up with the Spider-Woman lore. So I went back to the origin and I watched the Spider-Woman 1979 TV show. It's not good, it's great. I loved it. Not because it was good, because it was great. I don't feel comfortable saying that this is a bad show because it was so entertaining to me. And it wasn't entertaining because it was good. It just was what it was. And it kind of flabbergasted me with what it was because, you know, it's a Spider-Man thing. So there's things that are mandated to happen in any kind of new Spider-Man thing that comes out, or Spider thing in general. We need a backstory. How'd they get the powers? Well, a girl named Jessica Drew was bitten by a spider. So you'd think, oh, that's how she got the powers. Same as Peter Parker. No. Her dad used a spider serum on her to save her life. And that's how she got the powers. Not from the spider, from the serum. So she didn't even need to be bit by the poisonous spider. She could have just drank the serum and she'd have her powers. What are her powers, you may say? Are they the same as Spider-Man's? Well, no, they're not even related to spiders for the most part. Unless, of course, spiders can fly, because she can fly. I don't know why, but she can fly. She has Venom Blast, which is like a machine gun that she shoots out of her finger. Her spider sense is on steroids. She can see things from across the world that are happening. She can project a web-like web thing out of her palms and fingertips. This is a natural occurring thing from her body, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. But she still runs out of web fluid because there's no better way to add some conflict to a spider story when it's getting too easy than just running out of web fluid, you know? My favorite ability of hers is she can change into her costume by spinning, clearly taken from Wonder Woman. But it's great because it avoids the, have to go change. Nope, I'm just gonna spin. She also has some powers that just appear whenever the plot needs them to, such as spider telepathy, which happens in this episode, and she can make a spider bubble to swim underwater. Now, although she has some new and exciting, strange abilities, there are some abilities you'd think she have that she does not have, such as super strength. She can be restrained by a regular rope, and she also can't cling to walls. Now, there's only a few things that I think should be mandatory for any spider hero. One, you need to have a dead uncle. Two, you need to be able to hang from walls. But she doesn't have it, so I'll have to get used to it. So when I was watching this, I was like, did people in 1979 like this? What was going on in 79? So I did some research, and I found out there was a big windstorm that happened in 79. Well, I think that had a huge influence on this show because it starts off with a great segment with some nice wind effects, and then right after that we get some pyramids coming out of the ground. I did some more research. Pyramids were not coming out of the ground in 79, so I think this is original material we're getting from here on out. And this was the most surprising thing for me. This is wild. Spider-Man is in this episode, so if you think Infinity War was the most ambitious crossover event, you clearly have not seen Spider-Woman 79, because this is wild. I did not expect this, but I guess I should have, because there's only one reason Spider-Man's here, is to get people interested in Spider-Woman. And the way they do that is, let me just say, disrespectful. Okay, there's a lot of things I could say about Spider-Man in this show, and I will be saying those things pretty soon, but one thing I have to say is, if you think Tobey Maguire is the most comic accurate, if you're the three people that think Garfield is the most comic accurate, if you're the teenage girls that think Tom Holland's the most accurate, then you're not an intellectual like myself who knows Spider-Woman 79 has the most comic accurate Spider-Man. He's got the quips. He's got the weird sayings.
I'll be a wall-crawling web. This place is as dead as a tomb.
He tells the mummy that we meet, spoiler alert, the villain in this is a mummy. He says, my spider web will keep even a mummy under wraps.
My spider web will keep even a mummy under wraps.
Well, it turns out that's not the case because the mummy just evaporates the web and shoots at him with his finger, and Spider-Man is captured. We cut over to Jessica, who's in a museum. Of course she is, because that's where mummies are. She sees a mummy, it comes to her life, she does a spin move, changes into her outfit, but while she's doing the spin move, her friend is pushed out a window. So she shoots her finger laser at the mummy, beats him, and then makes a joke.
Looks like it's curtains for Jeff.
Then she saves her friend. All in that order, I may add. She made the joke, then saved her friend. So Jess is all worried. She's like, mummies are coming to life. What are we gonna do? And her friend's like, nah, this happens. The friend that was just pushed out the window by the mummy is like, nah, forget about it. It's nothing. And then Jess can't forget about it, and she works for a magazine. So she talks to the chief of the magazine, who is very much the exact same character of J. Jonah Jameson.
Mummies? What mummies? I haven't heard about any mummies. If this is another one of your exaggerated news items.
And she's like, Chief, there's mummies, and I'm going to investigate and get some pics for the Justice magazine. And J. Jonah, Chief is like, no, you can't do that. You're always doing the wrong thing. I hate you. And she just hangs up. And then Jess is like, but where could I possibly find the mummies? Where are they going to go? And then her nephew Billy comes out of nowhere, pulls out his calculator, does some quick calculations. He's like, I think they're going to Egypt. Jess and her friend are like, how did you know that? And Billy's like, they're mummies, you idiot. They're going to pyramids. They're going to Egypt. So Jess has a big spider sense moment, and she's like, she can see Spider-Man captured in a pyramid all the way across the world, which is a crazy ability to have. So they all fly over to Egypt. They cut over to Spider-Man, who was trapped by the mummy Khufu, who delivers a great villain speech. It's classic. It's got everything you need in a good villain speech.
Time has come. Soon our pyramid fleet will arrive for the final takeover. But first, my crew and I will mummify all Earth inhabitants.
He tells us the mummies want to mummify all the humans. Spider-Woman flies in and lands next to Khufu, who traps her in the floor by making the floor disappear.
Friends?
Your inferiority is quite evident by the ease with which you are trapped.
And then reappear. And now she's trapped in the floor. And it turns out that all these pyramids are actually spaceships. So there's just pyramids flying all over the world. Jess is trapped. She's got to get out. She uses her vague ability of spider telepathy. Tells spiders to break her out, but it's not clear what happens. She kind of just escapes. They show a huge hole in the wall, but there's no way there was time for the spiders to do that. She was seconds away from death. They kind of just cut, and then she was free. So we'll just ignore that. Spider-Woman comes in and frees her friends, and Spider-Man... But Spider-Man somehow doesn't notice her. And I've never seen... This is my favorite scene. I've never seen someone so surprised in my life. He is shocked.
Spider-Woman,
You were expecting maybe the Hulk?
what are you doing here?
For some reason, Spider-Woman can sense things across the world, but Spider-Man can't sense Spider-Woman in the same room as him. Never mind sense. He can't hear her. He can't see her. She's right in front of him. They're really just making Spider-Man look silly. But they're all free now, and there's pyramids flying everywhere. This is a great show, by the way. If you're not entirely sure what's happening, they will tell you. They tell you everything that's happening. It's great. Spider-Man goes back. He wants revenge on Khufu, so he goes to attack him, but he's defeated so easily again. Spider-Man is kind of just hanging on a wall while getting shot repeatedly, not moving. He looks like a fool. They're making him look silly just to make Spider-Woman look good, who comes in and saves him again. But they're like, we can't possibly win. Let's go to Geneva. Let's go to an institute in Geneva. And they're like, yeah, you can't win. They're too strong. They're mummies. What are you going to do? And then Spider-Woman gets an idea. So she goes and challenges Khufu to a race.
Try to catch me.
He, of course, accepts.
Fool! No one can stop me now.
But it's a trap. And may I add, I love this bit. This is great. The pyramid's in a little tight space because they were doing a race and they trapped him in there. And then Spider-Man shoots his webs at the pyramid. And Khufu's like, oh no, they discovered our weakness. He changed the pyramid into a cube, so... Khufu and the whole mummy fleet just leave, and everyone who was a mummy changed back to human. That's exact dialogue. I'm not joking.
Oh no, they've changed my pyramid into a cube. Khufu to pyramid fleet. They've discovered our weakness. Abort mission. Repeat. Abort mission.
He had a whole mummy pyramid army. And then the second that geometry comes into play, he just dips. That's insane. But it gets worse, because the ending is ridiculous. The ending's like, there's the guy and the nephew. And they're like, oh, Jess, I thought you died because you're a woman and women are not brave. Then Billy's like, if only you were more like Spider-Woman.
Told you this work was too dangerous for a woman. You could have been killed.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm as brave as any man. Ah! It's a spider!
Oh, Aunt Jessica, if only you could be a little more like Spider-Woman.
And then Jess turns to the camera and she smiles. It was like a post-credits sequence. It was terrible. That ruined everything. I don't know why they did that. Or you may think that ruined everything, but no, because we're just getting into it. Next episode has Dormammu in it. Yes, the thing from Doctor Strange, the giant thing that the only reason he was able to beat was because he had the time stone, and he just died so many times that Dormammu got sick of him. So I don't know. Spider-Woman's no match for Dormammu. I don't know how. Well, she won this. She beat the mummies with geometry. Maybe what she'll do is she'll be another time stone situation. She'll try to, instead of geometry, they'll do like trigonometry. She'll just try to teach Dormammu trigonometry the whole time, and he'll get sick of it and eventually leave. I think that's the only way that could happen. But if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I kind of want to watch the next episode, not gonna lie, even though it's not good, but it's really funny. So I hope I see you next time.